Hey there, fellow rock lovers, check this out. You know what this is? This is a piece of Cripple Creek Jasper. That's right, Cripple Creek Jasper. I had this laying around the shop. It was in a little container. I thought, what am I gonna do with this thing? I bought it from my local rock shop and it had already been slabbed. So you can see that it has 2 cut surfaces on it. Now I could continue to slab this, but honestly, if you look at the pattern, it's not that exciting. There's a little bit of contrasting brown tan down here and up here, and some nice sort of patterning in the green material. But otherwise, it's rather plain. So I thought, let's see how well this will tumble and polish. Given enough time in the coarse grit, we should smooth this out. If we're lucky, we will retain some of that tan or brownish material so that we can have some contrast between the two. However, if we're unlucky, it's just going to end up being a green rock. Well, that's okay. I like green rocks. So let's find out how lucky we are. Let me go ahead and get this in the coarse grit barrel. I'll get it rolling and rolling and rolling in the 60-90 grit. And I'll keep it going until this is all smoothed out. Probably take me a couple of months. Once it's smooth, I'll bring it back in here and I'll show you what it looks like before moving it on to the polishing stages. It has literally been a couple of months since I started tumbling this piece of Cripple Creek Jasper, and after all of that time, it still has flaws in it. You see this fracture right here? I never could get those to go away. I tried every trick in the book, but it was just not to be. And it was getting so small, and we were starting to lose the contrasting colors. I decided it was time to move on and just see how well this piece will polish. I believe if it takes a good polish, it should still be a really attractive rock. Even with that ugly fracture line right there. Will I be right? Let's find out. Next step, I'm going to get this in the vibratory tumbler. I'll use my usual 10 to 12 day 4-step process. Once I'm finished with the final 14,000 grit aluminum oxide polish, I'll bring it back in here and I'll show you what it looks like. Our big chunk of Cripple Creek Jasper is finally finished with the polishing. How did it turn out? Well, it's got a good shine on it. Not a great shine, but a good shine. I'm just so distracted by the big fractures. But what are you gonna do? Some rocks we're not meant to be tumbled smoothly. Unless you don't mind them getting to be the size of a little pea you would eat. I don't like rocks that small. I have to have some volume on my rocks to really appreciate them. So I'm willing to put up with these fractures, at least this time. The color's really nice. What would you call that? It's a greenish color, almost a bluish greenish color. And of course the tans there, that's a nice combination. Once again, I'm just distracted by that fracture. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this. Not super happy. I guess I was expecting a little bit smoother of a tumble and a bit of a shinier finish. Still, it's not awful, right? Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate it, and please remember to check my other videos for more like this. Thanks again.